Well, some kids do play these games. I probably, if I'd had the right encouragement, I think I could have. But yeah, usually it's some kid that's maybe also into programming or something like that. Somebody who really wants something that's like mentally challenging. Most kids, yeah, don't have the patience for it. But there have definitely been, teens who have played DCSS and won. It is certainly less common because of the amount of like effort you have to put into learning the game. Obviously, the visuals are much less. Probably where you could see kids spending time learning something difficult, I guess, would be more like versus style games, like all the card games that are popular, where they can fight against human opponents that are going to be very, very challenging for them. And there's good presentation, and it's not so esoteric. Roguelikes are kind of a challenging genre for kids to get into. But I started playing NetHack years ago when I just wanted to forget what game I had been playing at the time, but I wanted something that was challenging, and I'd always had NetHack like on my Unix system, and I had toyed around with it, and it seemed really arcane. I was like, well, this seems like a really challenging game. Let me learn it. And yeah, it was incredibly deep compared to all the other roguelikes that I had, or not the other roguelikes, the other RPGs I had played, and way more challenging. It felt more like when I was first learning how to play an RPG, which was like with some of those old school, I don't know what the first one, I think the first ones I really got into were actually Sega Genesis ones, which were kind of notoriously difficult. I mean, all the older RPGs in general tended to be kind of brutal, even on NES. And then they got sort of much more approachable in the Super NES 16-bit era. But the early ones on Genesis were kind of tough, like the Phantasy Star. That was a pretty tough series. The Ziggurat Mage Run. Well, this mage is going to go into a Zig and clear it. It's going to Firestorm. It's not that interesting to do a Zig with this kind of character. They just Firestorm every level. They have a source of channel. It's fun to watch it at least once or twice, but yeah, MUDs are a thing that got people into a lot of these retro style games too, and I never played MUDs really at all. So for me, it wasn't that, but I've heard of a lot of people who got into it through those kind of games. For me, it was just like randomly, I was sort of a programmer type, and I was using Unix a lot, and it was like, for some reason, I was really wanting a game that was challenging. I don't know what kind of games I had been playing at the time. Probably not too much, because I was sort of in an... Nice. What was... Oh, O Club, that's what. Well, this is kind of a dangerous layer 6. We might actually have to take a pass on this one. How much fog do I got? I got some fog. Fog is a little bit problematic, but we'll do what we can do. Oh good, it's spreading fog, that's helpful. Well, moving upstairs. We don't want to take another sleep. Here we go. That's better. A little bit risky, but we'll take it. Do we have anything we can... I want to move off of this. All right. Dream sheep handled. There's a risk there, a real risk with getting sleeped. That sleep that I already took wasn't super amazing to have taken. Rufford with the gift sub, 2 hyperdimensional. Everybody give Rufford. Give Rufford your emotes. You got emotes. Appreciate that. He's our top stream supporter. I need to get the sub counter going. I don't think we're gonna get to Yogi's level of craziness. He's way too popular. But that was pretty funny how Rufford with the gift sub to Zeldia. Thanks, Rufford. I wish we were busier, and then you could get a little bit more hype. We got 20 people in here. Thanks for the hype. I appreciate it. Gotta show the hype when somebody supports that much. The Dorito, even a lowly Dorito. Tweet if you want. No, don't tweet, please. Anything but that. Rufford with the gift sub to Reels. Rufford's the boss. Rufford, this is a Rufford stream. He's basically we'll play whatever he wants from now on. He's like one of those old tycoons who bought up the industry. He bought up the Twitch industry. He's a magnate. Some men own steel or coal or railroads. Rufford owns gifts, Twitch subscriptions. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. I surmise that it is a Korean name. We need salmon in the stream. Now everybody has the shame of a Gamma Funk Twitch sub. It's like, oh, you're sub to him. It wasn't my fault. It was Rufford. He gifted it to me. There's nothing I could do. Rufford with the gift sub to Hellmonk, who I know is my most fervent supporter and agrees with all my decisions. And now is a proud owner of the Gamma Funk. Yeah, no shame in dying in lair. If I die in lair, Rufford retracts all the gift subs. So I gotta play extra careful. I can't let Rufford down. I'd have to revert all my commits. You can disable individual gift subs. Oh, you mean like you can prevent people from gifting you subs, or the streamer can disable gift subs? Which I wouldn't. Obviously, I would not do that. But I guess I could maybe see a person saying, "I don't want to be gifted subscriptions." maybe. Oh, individual ones, yeah. So like if somebody was embarrassed that somebody gifted them a sub of somebody they didn't like or something, it's probably a good idea to have that as a feature, I guess. The shame sub, the shame gift sub. I thought you hated so-and-so. I do, a stupid Rufford gifted me Gamma Funk sub. Now I look like an idiot. Gifties, yeah, that would make sense. We'll have to make a Rufford vault. I mean, normally I would be against, people donating to get what they want in Crawl, but I'm not even sure what a Rufford vault would do. I guess it should be a Gozag vault, right? A Gozag altar, and then I'm not sure where you go from there. There's not really Gozag monsters, but Rufford Gozag gift. Oh. Yeah, it's a vault full of gifts. It's basically, yeah, a trove. It's a trove. Well, I guess a trove has a cost. It's a trove where you go and you read what the trove wants, and it gives you this like crazy thing that it says that it wants. Like it wants 12 haste pots, and then it's like ... Just kidding. You can have the trove for free. Welcome, and then you get a free trove. Well, thanks, guy with the really long name. I appreciate that. Yeah, you catch different people around when you do these later streams, so these are kind of good to do every now and again. Not everyone can. So I would say that this was a pretty nasty entrance. Potential for like getting sleeped right away. This one down here, I sort of made do with. The Fog Gambit didn't do too much, to be perfectly honest. I still had like 3 or 4 of those things in view, and I still got sleeped. Thankfully I had a bunch of enslaved monsters, and so it turned out okay. Zig level where all the spells, it's a Zig level where you have innate harm. That would be cool, right? So there's a trade-off. Yeah, we do want to watch out for the Spriggan Riders, because those things they're real bad. Uh-oh, we started a oh, that's right, I can start a forest fire. Could be interesting. Hornets you also want to watch out for. They can paralyze you, and I don't have any art poison. Let's see what this other scroll is. There's fear. All right, we got a fear scroll now. That's nice. Well, it started a little bit of a forest fire. Let's try one here. See what we get from that. Too much for us? Let's try a dig. Watch out for those Springen Riders. They are little terrors. Oh. One Bogart down, that's right. This one has Bogarts in it now. There's our Conj 14. Ethereal, yeah, Maxwell's Etheric Cage is still around. I used that my last Ghoul Ascension. And, I don't know if this directly, yeah, okay. It's Arlek, gives you extra regen, but increases the Contam. I forget if it gives you Contam over time, or if it just increases it. I actually used that on my last Ghoul, but it was just for Arlek. I didn't use it for spells. I just wanted a good source of Arlek, so it wasn't too exciting. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get oh, that is a buckler. Change of plans. We're gonna get forget what it is. Is it 4.3 or what? And I can probably go ahead and wear this right now. Oh, and a helmet. Nice. Drop those. Yep. Don't have any issues with miscasts. Rune Buckler. That sounds pretty good. Hello. I'm playing on CBRO. Which is there. Yeah, I don't respond to any chat while I'm playing, but you can spectate me and see what's happening without any stream delay. If you prefer that, just use the audio. So Deep Elf has to be very careful about this vault, obviously. Reach the site. Well, it should work. That's I'm spectating myself right now. That's how I'm doing. Actually, I should check OBS. Very good. Make sure we don't got any window pop-ups. What am I hoping? Well, this is going to do a 15 rune with doing a Zig, so I basically just want Firestorm. That's the only thing I really want Veh to give me. If I don't get it from Veh, I'm going to have to find another way to get it. There's our Spriggan. Okay, we got rid of him. He had Curare, which is kind of the worst possible thing he could have. Thankfully, he didn't. Didn't get to do much with it. He saw my battle sphere before he saw me. It's one of the handy things about battle spheres. You can use it as like it's a cheap meat shield. That's why you see me trying to have it out and available. Yeah, I will possibly get other spells in addition to in addition to just I did that so I would get a better shot at Mr. Bogart. I don't want him to get a chance to go crazy with summons, so he needs to die pretty quickly. Retreat a bit. There's still a little bit of stuff left in this vault. Should be pretty much in the... Oh. There we go. This is the main kind of loot area, although there's a couple of them. Pack is full. Got 7 enchant armor skulls. Holy crap. Enchant the robe up for now. And do a helmet. Just want to get a little bit more AC. We can sit on most of the rest. Staff of Summoning. Not going to be using that one too much. Yep, this is Trunk. You can actually see the version in the title bar of your browser if you're spectating me. You can mouse over it if it's just a tab, and it'll show you the full version. Lick form. Yeah, that's pretty rough, King Von Alice. It's what you don't want to have happen for sure. Scarier now because there's no wand of teleport. Lick form. Oh, I noticed that was your typo. I was wondering why Z-Lamp said lick form. This is a deep elf, so to Minmay this is lick form. Right, the form that I'm in right now for Minmay is lick form, and then if you get necromutation, then you can upgrade to lich form. Shields 3. Oh. Well, we had some... I think honestly the Dream Sheep little thing was kind of the scariest thing that was maybe outside of my control. Those were some pretty nasty stairs. Just in terms of could I have gotten slept. Whoa. It's, some stuff right there. We're gonna... those guys sit a bit, then we'll take care of these guys. Because my Eevee is good, but you saw with those Death Yaks, like, they will hit you. And I made some miskeys that made some of those fights harder, and also I didn't set them up necessarily all that well. So that's Ice Blast. Let's just Ice Blast, shall we? Once I got that dig set up, I was pretty good though. Because I want to break Los with the Dream Sheep as soon as I can. No, that is a plant. Don't target the plant. Oh, that's rough. That's a fun armor to find early. Yeah, I mean, mages are... They punish mistakes, these kinds of characters, because you have to rely on what EV and SH you have. It's relatively rare to play a very spell-heavy character that has a lot of AC early on. Often they can pick some up later, but they're very strong if played well, but for newer players, it can be kind of a challenge because they maybe start out playing something like a Minotaur and they want... This game's magic system is really not like how you play Maibes and the like, you know, Trog characters. Its magic system is a lot more sort of, you could say nuanced if you're being charitable to it, but involves a lot of careful targeting and placement and allocation of MP. You really, even regardless sort of MP, you can't, you have to be pretty aware of positioning. Artemis. Oh, I think you mean Asterion. Yeah, he'll do that. You're talking about the unique Minotaur. That's the unique that I made. One of the early contributions I made. Actually, I think I made the patch for that before I became, before I was actually on the dev team. Asterion had Spectral Weapon because Kilobyte, who was active at the time, was no fan of summons, so eventually, sort of a couple years later, I was able to give him Greater Servant, which is what I originally wanted him to have. But yeah, he also has Major Destruction, which can do some scary damage for sure. All right. Well, I mean, I can't say that was a flawless layer, but it was good enough. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with like how to make decisions about which way to go, this is a good sort of primer about dungeon order. Starts you out. It starts basically at you doing layer. So layer is anywhere from D8 to D11. You can see that from Control O for branches that haven't been found. Although all the branches listed here I actually have found. Once you get into an area that could contain a branch, you'll see it listed on Control O. I never lost your track of dungeon order. Yeah, well, I guess it's thanks to Elliptic who wrote the entry, but yeah, it's a good thing to be reminded about. It could be the case. Yeah, it's over the years I've like spectated a few people. I'm glad it helped. That's one of the best ways to learn the game is to get, you know, obviously it doesn't have to be me. It could be any player. Even a player with just a few wins under their belt will give you advice if you're trying to get your first win. It's one of the faster way to learn. But it's always great if you can have somebody who's got a lot of wins and knows how to play the kind of character you're trying to play and can spectate you because they can point out the things that you're doing that you may not be aware of. And Gabriel sounds vaguely familiar. Was it CBRO or was it CSZO? Do I have anything on my shopping list? Not a lot. Resist. I'll go pick up a couple of potions though, sure, why not? These days I tend to chat more with people like in Discord. Travel excluded. Oh yeah, right. I haven't killed that Ifrit. So I've done down to D10. Now I think I've already found Orc, right? Orc was on D10, but I can do down to D12. Uh-oh, distant snort. Let's go ahead and map this since we've got the opportunity. Well, none of this is too scary. These things are gonna... This is MR... Oh no, it's not gonna work. Worker and zombie. Oh. There's something invisible. Uh-huh. Okay, so we got rid of him. Well, we are gonna have to try other stairs. So there's an unseen horror there. much dig do I got? And there's the portal right over there. I can probably just take an alternate route. Let's try just basically that.